Hey everybody, Sega Man Tony back here again. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I want to try a little something different this time. What I want to do is do a retro segment of my games. I'm going to try this out. I'm not going to do these videos like all the time because I pretty much have a lot of retro things, video games, and I want to just give this a shot to people out there that are really, really hardcore collectors of vintage systems as myself. I mean, like Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, Game Boy, or whatever have you, is vintage. But I want to go a little further, and I want to show off some of my more vintage systems that I have in my collection. What I mean by show off is show you what I have, not like show off, and this is super great and nobody has it. You know how some people are. But one of the things I was really impressed to get, there's a little story behind it, is at a flea market I knew an old guy named George. He owned a store actually inside of the flea market itself. And George actually helped me help me get a lot of vintage stuff that he had, from in his basement, or he had it at home, or he just, he bought it and he never tried it out. He just bought it, and he's one of them people that buy stuff, but like he doesn't play video games. Like he'll take them to a store at the flea market and sell it. Unfortunately, George is not there anymore because he kind of overspent, buying stuff off of other people at flea markets. That's what happens. You start buying other stuff off of other vendors, and then you end up losing money and not making any money. So that's one of the problems. If you're going to do that, you probably have to limit yourself. So that's a big problem in the flea market adventure. So one of the first things I want to show, and this is what I got from him, George. The box is a little beat up, but it is one of my great vintage systems that I have in my collection, and it's a little heavy because I have two of them actually sitting here on my new chair. It's the Atari 600 XL home computer. It is in box. I'm not going to take it out of the box. The box is very frail. I had to actually tape it up, so that it's, stays together. There's a piece of the back of it missing, but I was just lucky to get it with the box off of him. And he only charged me $10 actually for this. It does work perfect. That's the thing about George. Like, he doesn't overprice anything. He doesn't care if it's vintage or whatever. Whatever price he says is, that's what you get. And this is actually pretty awesome. I'm gonna bring it a little closer. It's pretty awesome because it's half computer, half video game system. And what's really unique about this Atari is the door part where you put the games in is actually metal. It's like some kind of metal. It's not plastic. And actually, it's pretty cool. And for some of the games that came out for the Atari 600 XL, they were little and small and compact. I have a couple here. I'm just showing here. I have a few more, but this one is Pac-Man right here. It's fairly small, and it's really weird because the top, it's metal. The back of it, it's metal, and it's screwed in with a screw. And it plays fairly well. It does come with a joystick. And I believe actually you can plug in a Sega Genesis controller and use that for this also, like you would do for the ColecoVision, which I have. And I think the Atari 7800, I think you can use it for. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And here's a couple other, like this one is it's tennis on there. And actually, for a sports game, for old school sports game, it's actually not bad graphically. It's not bad at all. And this is actually this is Atari Artist. This is a very unique game. or not game, actually art that you make on there. And you use the, I guess you use the computer part. I dabbled with it a little for a while when I did have it hooked up, and actually it's pretty neat. And I just like these type of things. You know, they experimented a lot with Atari, you know, because they wanted to try to keep up, try to beat, you know, when the regular Nintendo came out. I think it was the Atari XE that was supposed to be its predecessor to try to, you know, beat Nintendo, but that didn't happen. I do have the XE too. It is put away in my chest in my game room. I got that for, I think it was $15 with some games. I haven't set that up in a long time, but yeah, this is one of my favorite retro systems here. And I'm going to show you one more after I put this down. My friends that used to own a game shop had this, and I didn't pay that much for it. I can't remember if it was $40 or $30. I can't remember. I'm going to hold this up, and I did also try it. It is the it is the Odyssey 2 in box with games, and it does work perfectly. The thing that's great about, you know, these old vintage systems is the artwork. You know, the artwork is really good on these boxes that they came in. You know, I don't just look at, you know, the video game for graphics, you know, and gameplay. It seems like a lot of these kids today, you know, everything is graphics. You know, graphics makes some of the game, but graphics doesn't make most of the game. You know, so you know, people argue about the graphics of these newer gen systems. What's better? You know, more color, more sharpness. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, if you like a game, and you know, that's all that matters. You know, graphics is not everything. You know, graphics is just an argument, rebate against, you know, kids that want to fight about what has the best graphics and what looks more sharp on your new HD TV. But that's not me. I'm a vintage collector, and I almost collect everything, even sports games. And on the back here, you know, it gives you a whole description of, you know, the Odyssey 2. I mean, yeah, the box is beat up, mind you. It is pretty beat up. But, you know, it just goes into detail. All the writing on there, I probably took, you know, the creators of this probably put their heart and soul in this, you know. But I am going to open this real quick here. And I'm going to show you some of the games. I probably will move my phone so I can actually show you it in here in the package. But these are some of the games that I got for it, and I was glad to and thankful to get them in the box. Okay, this one here is called Alien Vader Plus. I did play this game. It's really cool. And now, you know what? I actually hooked this up to my Samsung HD TV. You know, because it has the little thing you can screw on the back, and it worked perfectly. You know, like the old cable axle, and it worked perfectly. But this is the back here. It shows you a little bit of description of the game and what it's like. I guess it can be kind of like a Space Invaders, I'm thinking. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's in nice condition. It's in a cool box. It also has where you can open it up. You see the game. It also has a cool book in there, you know, on the description of the game. So that's really dig that, and I think that's really cool. Another one here is it's called Out of This World and Helicopter Rescue. I believe it's I guess it's 2 games in one. Yeah. Helicopter Rescue kind of looks like an Atari game. You really can't see it well, but the other one, I don't know. It looks a little weird, but I did try it out, and it was unique. And what I like about the Odyssey is, like I said, it comes in with the book and the game. It's in really good condition, and I just like that about these older, games. You ever notice now when you get an Xbox One game or I guess, I don't know what PS4 has. They might not have it in there. A lot of them don't have a book in there anymore. You open it up, it's just a game. There's no book anymore. You know, I don't know if it's to cut down on cost or whatever have you, but yeah, it's a shame that they don't do that anymore. Okay, this one is called Freedom Fighters. Okay, it has a sticker over it. I don't want to take it off because I don't want to ruin the box. And if you look at the back of it, I guess it's kind of like an Asteroids, if you can see that fairly well. And again, you know, it's in there with the booklet and everything. It's really hard to get these games anymore, you know, without it having the booklet and the case, especially for it being this old. You know, I will show you this. I don't really want to take it out, the whole thing. But this is actually, I'll take this one out. And I'll just put it back in later. I can show you like that. This is one of the controllers. Right here. Pretty neat, huh? It looks like something looks like something out of the Twilight Zone, you know, like the guys used on the ship in the spaceship, you know, to go to different planets and stuff like that. It's really cool. I like stuff like that. But that's one of the controllers. And it's really cool, you know. So I just wanted to give you guys, you know, an idea of some of my vintage systems. I think I will actually do another one of these videos when I take like a look at my other stuff that I have that's very vintage, you know, past the Nintendo and the Segas and all that. But this is something I'm trying out. I'm going to be trying a couple new things too. Like I'm going to be making different videos. It's not just going to be about games. It's going to be about probably certain DVDs I like. Maybe books. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is going to probably be one of the things that I do, though. It's going to be my vintage segment. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be all the time, but it'll be every once in a while. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you before Christmas. Everybody, keep gaming. Sega Man Tony out.